Chadi Jamuna Tiravana Chadi Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivara Dhari Gopijana Vallabha Girivara Dhari Jasodanandana Brajanaranjana Jasodanandana Brajanaranjana Jamuna Tiravana Chadi Jamuna Tiravana Chadi Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Jaya Radha Madhava. This song, Jaya Radha Madhava, and during Srimad Bhagavatam, oh, very good. In many scriptures, Padma Purana in particular, but others that glorify this particular Purana, and saying that one who makes as a gift a set of Srimad Bhagavatam on a golden throne can mean something literal or can mean something figurative, then it's guaranteed that they'll enter in the spiritual world after this life. So that's pretty simple, to go back home, back to Godhead. Just make a gift of Srimad Bhagavatam. So if you're one of those persons that doesn't have, or you know someone that may not have, consider going back to Godhead. So in such a simple method. You want to change microphones? Chapter 14 follows chapter 13. And in chapter 13, you may know at the pastime without knowing the chapter number. Krishna has just finished one of his wonderful childhood pastimes, in which a demon that had assumed, because they had mystic power, they'd assumed a form of a giant python, 8-mile long python. That's big. And the intention of this python was to kill Krishna. But it worked the other way around for a variety of reasons. Krishna is all-powerful, and his body is all spiritual, so you can't kill his body because it's all spiritual. So Aghasura met his death. And after Aghasura was killed, the cowherd boys had lunch. It's a very, not always, but a standard pattern in Vrindavan. It was a sign when Krishna had done something very wonderful. Sometimes it was swallowing a forest fire, and sometimes it was dancing on the hoods of the Kaliya serpent, and sometimes it was different activities. Time for lunch. So the boys were having lunch. And the calves, because at this age the boys were just 4 years. Think of a little boy that you know that's just 4 years. 4 years and 4 months. And the calves were wandering here and there looking for fresh grass, etc., etc. Brahma got the really bright idea of testing the extent of Krishna's power by kidnapping all the cowherd boys and calves and put them in a cave, and came back to see what's Krishna going to do. So what Krishna did was, Krishna showed Brahma exact replicas of each of the cowherd boys. This is important for the topic that's on the screen here. Simultaneous with each one of the cowherd boys, and there were asankhya, too many to count. Sankhya means count, and asankhya means too many to count, countless. Some finite number, but too many to count. That many cowherd boys, Krishna manifested exactly replicas of the original cowherd boys, his friends, his eternal associates, and each of the calves. And for each one of the calves, we're going to hear in shortly what Brahma saw, in Brahma's words what he saw, but the Bhagavatam during this particular section, it describes what he saw. And each of the forms of Vishnu manifested all of the energies and elements of creation without listing them. There's a very long list, starting with the 24 elements of creation, and then time energy, and the mystic cities, 8 mystic cities, and this and that, and the whole array of everything that makes up a universe. And then Brahma is going to say that he saw each of these forms of Vishnu manifest universes in that little space. And then all of a sudden, Krishna manifested all these entities, and then Krishna withdrew them within his little cowherd boy body. Brahma was astonished. He saw, yes, the limit of the power of Krishna is without limit. Achintya Shakti, inconceivable, unlimited potency. And so he offered some prayers. In the course of these prayers, there's 40 prayers, we've been discussing them. There's 40 prayers. In one section, he's recognizing for this mistake, it was more than a mistake, it was an offense. He offended Krishna big time. Stealing is a crime, it's a punishable sin. But he didn't just steal, he stole Krishna's eternal associates. At least that's what he thought he did. So he interrupted Krishna's pastime for his curiosity. So he's going to get a reaction. For you make offense, and there's consequences for offense. And so he knew he was going to get the consequences, and he, in his prayers, he's essentially saying, there's some very nice Sanskrit language, but he is saying, I recognize that I'm going to get a reaction due to my past deeds, and I accept it. Whatever it is, I accept in advance. I accept it. But one thing is, I expect your mercy. Not, I expect leniency. Whatever's going to come, I accept it. I'm not asking for leniency, I'm asking for, let there not be something that impedes our relationship because I made this foolish mistake. Let that relationship be unobstructed. Please don't be angry with me. Please be kind upon me. Show the kindness that a loving father shows to a loving son, even when the loving son may be a little naughty. The father doesn't become angry. He gives the example, the child in the womb of the mother, at a certain stage, the child is moving in the womb of the mother, and both feet of the child may kick the inside of the abdomen of the mother. The mother doesn't become angry at the child. So like that, consider me your child. And I just did something out of foolishness, not out of malice, but foolishness. So consider like that. And part of the prayer then is there's this whole series of verses that he's explaining. This is Canto 10, Chapter 14. He's explaining, you are Narayana. So then comes the title of this little presentation. We know, most of us know, Brahma is Swayambhu. Swayambhu is one of the names of Brahma because he's Swayambhu, he's self-born, meaning he doesn't have like most children, have both a father and a mother. But Lord Brahma is born directly from the body of Lord Vishnu. I'll do it slowly. According to the Vedic texts, there are Purusha avatars. What's a Purusha avatar? Purusha avatar are forms of Vishnu that have a function. And the function is in terms of the creation of the material realm. 1, 2, 3 Vishnu forms. Mahavishnu, or that Mahavishnu manifests all the universes from the breathing. As he exhales, universes go out from the pores of his skin. And then when he inhales, the universes enter again into his body. Resting, and then exhalation. So it's a periodic creation, maintenance, withdrawal, and annihilation. There's a cycle of time, a really big cycle of time, the duration of a universe. And then resting for equal duration, and then again expansion. So that's Mahavishnu. That's one of the Vishnus. And then as he's expanding the universes, that Mahavishnu expands himself into each one of the universes. And each one of the universes is shaped not exactly round, but it's shaped egg-like, not exactly round. So that's Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. So Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, pictured here, he manifests from his navel, he manifests a lotus flower. And on top of that lotus flower, Lord Brahma is born. So that's the father, one can rightly say, the father of Brahma is Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Very clear. Father of Brahma is Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. And then that Garbhodakshaya Vishnu empowers Brahma to build structure within that hollow of the universe. The hollow of the universe is half filled with water, as you see in the painting. That's the Garbhodak ocean. And the other half is space up above the ocean. You want to change microphones again? We have microphone changing skills. this temple. One knows better than the other one how to do it. Here's the other one. Okay, so there's Brahma, born on top of the lotus, coming from the navel of Garbhodaksha Vishnu, and he is given the power to build the structure inside the universe. That's Brahma. That's one of the main functions of Brahma, the creator. I was in Florida visiting one of my sisters. Not so long ago. And she's getting old. We were all getting old. She's getting a little older than me because she's my older sister. And she was, like I was, brought up in a Christian family, but she didn't have the opportunity to meet Prabhupada that I had. Krishna made that a nice arrangement, and that my life changed. And she's very happy for that. So we spent some time, etc., etc., etc. And then we had lunch together. We brought from the temple. And while having lunch, she wanted to know many things, but, you know, where are you going from here? What's next? So I said, I'm going to the temple, and we're going to be discussing the Creator meeting Krishna. I had to say it in a language that she might have some understanding, but from a Christian perspective, the Creator is God. But from the Vedic perspective, there's Brahma's position is very powerful, very important, but he's not the source of everything. He assembles that which is the source of everything. He builds according to the plan of the architect. He's a builder. He's not the architect, he's not the owner. He's just a builder. He creates under the order of the owner and the architect, Krishna. Krishna shows him the universal form. This is what a universe is supposed to look like. And so then he builds the universe according to what the universal form is. So that's Brahma. So after he builds, he is given the ingredients, etc., etc., and he constructs the universe. And then part of the unfolding of the universe is there's different living entities that populate that universe, and there's different atoms that make up the material energy, and another Vishnu enters within the heart of every living entity, anything alive, and everything inanimate within every atom. Another Vishnu enters. So now we have three Vishnus. 1, 2, 3. Mahavishnu, Garbhodaksha Vishnu, and Kshirodaksha Vishnu, the Paramatma within the heart of every being and every atom of being. So, when Brahma is offering his prayers, he makes reference to, but he doesn't say Garbhodaksha Vishnu, he says Narayana. Here's what he says. My dear Lord, it is said, because he's the knower of the Vedas, so in the Vedas this is what is said. When the three planetary systems, upper, middle, lower, are merged into the water at the time of dissolution, the periodic creation dissolution, your plenary portion, Narayana, lies down on the water. Gradually, a lotus flower grows from his navel, and Brahma, according to scripture, takes birth upon that lotus flower. Certainly, these words are not false, because it's Vedic. Thus, am I not born from you? Indicating that his father is Narayana. But we just got through saying he's Vishnu. And so how do you get Narayana? And some of you may know there's a very important literature. In addition to Srimad Bhagavatam, there's a book called Chaitanya Charitamrita. And in Chaitanya Charitamrita, this particular prayer of Lord Brahma is described. The whole life of Lord Chaitanya is described, life and teachings of Lord Chaitanya, in great detail, highly philosophical. So this is a painting of Krishnadas Kaviraj, who was very, very old, nearing 100 years old. He was very old body, but his mind was working fine, and very elevated spiritually, so his chosen words were like scripture. And he then explains, what does this verse mean? That he's saying his father is Narayana, and he gives a three-part argument, and I'll go through them quickly. And those of you that are interested in the more than quickly, that section of Chaitanya Charitamrita, where what's going to show up on the screen in a moment, is in some number of pages, 25 pages, in more detail, what Krishnadas Kaviraj writes and Prabhupada's commentary. So Krishna is the original Narayana, and his argument goes like this. It's like a lawyer proving a case in front of a judge. So Krishna is the judge. And you are Narayana. Why am I saying this? Krishna, or you is the origin, or excuse me, is the refuge, ayana, of all living entities. Now all living entities, the aggregate of all living beings is Nara. And Nara, ayana. You are the origin of the refuge of all living entities. And this is true. Krishna is the refuge of all living entities, so he's Narayana. The second argument, Krishna is the source of the Purusha avatars. Now I already mentioned, I'll say it again. What are the Purusha avatars? Purusha avatars are forms of Vishnu that have a very specific function, the function of creation. Then there's three Vishnus, three Purusha avatars. Krishna is the origin of them. So those Purusha avatars, they create the universe and they also protect, because Vishnu, what does Vishnu do? Vishnu maintains. Many of you know this. There are three modes of nature. Up here, that's goodness. Below is passion. Below that is ignorance. Just like in colors, three primary colors, mix them, you get any color. Yellow, red, and blue. Yellow, mode of goodness, maintenance, preservation, sustenance. Passion, red, mode of passion, rajagun, for the purpose of creation. And destruction, tamagun, dark. So blue, red, yellow, red, and blue. And you mix those three primary colors, you can get any color. If you know how to do it. And artists generally, they know how to do it. They take oils and mix a dab of this and a dab of that and mix it up, and they get a new color. And that's what a system, they know the system of colors, and that's how they do their painting. So the same as Brahma knows how to do painting. He knows how to create a universe, so he knows how to create variety or diversity by mixing of the three modes. So of the mode of goodness, that's the Purusha avatars, he, Krishna, through them, protects and invests potency in the Purushas, who in turn are the shelters of all living beings. So you, Krishna, are Narayana for this reason. You're the source of the Purusha avatars who maintain these all living entities. So you are Narayana. And then he writes, now listen, here's the third. Krishna oversees, or Ayana, he oversees the wanderings. It's very similar in Bhagavad Gita. We find these two functions of Supersoul. Upadrashta, that he oversees. Upadrashta, he oversees. Upadrashta, or Ayana. He oversees the wanderings of all living beings, Naras. So that's a function that Krishna does from the Lord in the heart. So there's the three Purushas, and he's the source of the three Purushas. So therefore, you are Narayana. You are my father, Narayana. So here's a nice painting. I like this painting. This is a painting of Lord Brahma. And in this painting, there's a little text that comes from Canto 2 of Srimad Bhagavatam. Canto 2 of Srimad Bhagavatam also details, it's one of the places where it details the unfolding of creation. And in the unfolding of creation, one of the first things that happens is Brahma appears on this lotus that comes from the navel of Garbhodakshay Vishnu. So here's Srila Prabhupada's purport. Brahma is born out of the abdominal lotus flower of the Vishnu plenary expansion of Lord Krishna. The abdominal lotus flower is part of the Lord's bodily limbs. Therefore, Lord Brahma is also a part of the Lord's body. So like, I have two arms. Most of us have two arms. So the arm is a limb, and it's part of the body. It's not me, but it's part of the body. The body isn't me either, but it's the limb. So the lotus that comes from the body of Vishnu, that's a limb. And Brahma appears there. So in that sense, Brahma is also a part of the Lord's body. That's Prabhupada's explanation. Although he's self-born, Swayambhu, without mother and father, self-born, he is born from the body of Lord Vishnu. So here's commentary on this verse that we saw a moment ago, verse number 13 of Canto 14, or excuse me, chapter 14. Since I was born from the lotus coming out of your navel, out of mercy, you should forgive me by being attributed the idea of being my father too, or also. So here he is. Brahma is the firstborn living being, and his body is really big, and he's looking down at a 4-month-old little boy, the son of the cowherd Nanda Maharaj, saying, "You're my father." Does that make sense? Let's do it again. Firstborn living being is speaking to someone that's, many yuga cycles later is born as a son of a cowherd, and you're my father? Please, is this reasonable? So it's reasonable, and he's explaining why it's reasonable. You're the source of my father, Vishnu, and Narayana is a way of describing that function. So you are my father. And part of the reason of this explanation is he wants to be excused from his offense. That's the impetus or motivation or purpose behind all of this. He doesn't want leniency on the punishment he's going to get for his offense, but he doesn't want his relationship with Krishna to be obstructed. So he's addressing him as his father. And as a little boy may do something naughty, not out of malice, but just being a little boy, the father understands little boys are little boys. So he's just being a little boy and it's okay. Commentary says, everyone has some mother and father, but only you are my father and mother. So this offense should be pardoned. So there's Krishna looking face to face with Lord Brahma, who's kneeling before him, petitioning forgiveness for his wrongdoing. Again, not leniency. He's ready. And he accepts, I'm going to get spanked, I'm going to get punished, I'm going to get some reaction for my wrongdoing. That's okay. Let there not be some ongoing impediment in our relationship as a result of this offense. But please forgive that offense. Here's Srila Prabhupada. In the BBT purport, it reads, ultimately all living beings are equally expansions of the transcendental body of the Supreme Lord. That's right from Bhagavad Gita. Mame vangsa jiva loke, jiva bhuta, sanatana. Sanatana. Eternally. Living beings are eternally from their father. Aham bija pratak pita. He's the seed-giving father of all living entities. Krishna says, Aham, first person singular. So all of what Brahma is saying is correct. However, although every living being is a child of God, Lord Brahma here makes a special claim because he takes birth on a lotus flower that emanates from the navel of Narayan, the personality of Godhead, and that's certainly not how we were born. So we're all children, but he has a special child-parent relationship. Now, there's another series of verses that I'm going to show you. This is verse number 18. We saw before verse number 14. Here's verse number 18, same chapter. Different painting, but it's showing Brahma bowing before Krishna. And there's his swan carrier behind him. Have you not shown me today that both you yourself and everything within this creation are manifestations of your inconceivable potency? And then he details, first, you appeared alone. He appeared alone because Brahma had stolen the calves and cowherd boys. So Krishna is standing alone. Then you manifested yourself as all the Vrindavan's calves and cowherd boys, your friends. Nice painting, Krishna with his calves and cowherd boys. Next, you appeared as an equal number of four-handed forms. You see the painting? There's the boys sitting, having lunch, and there's forms of Vishnu manifest for each and every one of the cowherd boys and calves, who were worshipped by all living beings, including me. So these Vishnu forms had worshippers. And how many worshippers? All living beings worshipping them. After that, you appear as an equal number of complete universes. And then, you have now returned to your unlimited form as the Supreme Absolute Truth, one without a second. So there's Krishna on the right side. One form. It was originally, so the indication is all of these manifestations are within that one little form, and one little form is the source of everything. And that's a very simple definition of God. Really simple. The absolute truth is that from which everything comes. And Krishna is that absolute truth, from which everything comes. And he showed that to Brahma. It was just one, and then it was many, and then it was many forms of Vishnu being worshipped by the many. And then universes, plural, many, many universes, and then they all disappeared, poof. They went withdrawn back into Krishna, who was the source of everything. Interesting. For all this time, I had already determined that the world in your abdomen and outside worlds, all the thousands of them, in the pores of the primeval Purusha, are illusory. Illusory means now you see it, now you don't. They manifest for some time, and then they're poof, they're gone. Just like anything within creation. There's cycles of time, and in time it is all destroyed. And they're illusory inasmuch as Maya, who is their ingredient cause, is also illusory. Many of us have heard the word Maya, and it's worth spending a little bit of time to be really clear. What does Maya mean? Maya means it's insubstantial. The impersonalists say it's false. The material world is false. Brahman's Satya Jagat Mithya. The world is false, Mithya, or Maya. It just doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist. There's only one thing that exists, Sat. That exists. Brahman is truth. And this world is false. The Vaishnava picture and the Vedas don't say it's false, it's temporary. And things that are temporary, that's what Maya is. It's now you see it, and now you don't. It's like a magic trick. You know, like a magician's on the stage, and he shows you, here's a hat. He folds the hat inside out, inside out, inside out. It's just a hat. And then he reaches in the hat and pulls out a rabbit. And then he puts the rabbit back in the hat and moves the hat back and forth, and the rabbit's gone. A magician's trick. Where'd that rabbit come from? Where did he go to? What is that rabbit? And that's a magician's trick. But Krishna doesn't do a magician's trick. Because everything exists within him, and then when he extends that which comes from him, it may be manifest for some time, and then it's withdrawn. And that's his Maya. It appears to be, but it's just a reflection of reality. That's what Maya is. There's a verse in Bhagavad Gita, many of you know the verse in Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna describes a tree. Most trees are like this. Here's the root of the tree, and going up from the root of the tree is the branches of the tree, the trunk and the branches. That's most trees. But Krishna describes a different kind of tree, where it's the opposite. The roots are growing up, and the branches are growing down. No such tree, except in a reflection. You should go to a lake or pond or body of water, look on the far side, there's the tree, the normal tree. You look in the water, there's a reflection of where the roots growing up and the branches are growing down. No such tree, it's just a reflection. It's insubstantial. As soon as there's a little ripple in the water, or wind and, the disturbance on the surface of the water, the tree disappears. But the tree is just a reflection. So this place, it isn't false. It's just, it's not Satya, it's not Brahman, it's temporary. It's a reflection. So Brahma is saying, because he built the place. The whole universe is his creation. So he has a very clear idea. That's what this verse is saying. All this time I had already determined that the world in your abdomen and the outside worlds, it's all illusory, because the ingredients are Maya. Now you see it, now you don't. Now he's making this other statement. Right now, I realize the existence of the thousands of worlds are consisting of your or Vishnu's Swarup Shakti. Swarup Shakti, what does that mean? Shakti, we all know, means potency or energy. And Swarupa means his own, from his own form. His energy emanating from his Swarupa, his own form. Swarupa. All these worlds are consisting of your Swarupa or Swarup Shakti. And hence, of transcendence. He's not saying that material world is transcendence, it's of transcendence. Your great Aishwarya cannot be comprehended by reasoning. So if you don't understand all of what Brahma has said, it confirms what Brahma is saying. By reasoning power, it's not comprehensible. That which is achintya or inconceivable can't be conceived of. The mind can't encompass it like you can encompass something. When you play cartels, you can hold the cartels. So your hand can hold the cartels, but the mind can't encompass or comprehend that which is beyond the mind. So now you're going to end with a very nice, it's a very simple recording. It's a number of the verses from Brahma's prayers. And as soon as I click the thing, it's supposed to start producing a sound recording. And I hope it works. Let's just see. So there you see, there's Lord Brahma. We got a little introduction to the topic. Is the father of Brahma Krishna? Or is the father of Brahma Narayana? Or is the father of Brahma is Vishnu? The A, B, or C is all of the above. And if you haven't received it, find out how you can become a receiver of the things that are circulated, and you'll receive a little PDF file that has what is found in Chaitanya Charitamrita, detailing these 3-point arguments that are given by the author and given within the verses of this Canto 10, Chapter 14. Why Narayana is the right term to describe. Although Narayana, being an expansion of Krishna, it's Krishna. Narayana is Krishna, or Vishnu is Krishna, because the Purusha avatars are his expansions. So here's a little recording of some of his prayers.
Lord Brahma attempts to express the ramifications of the opulence that he has seen Krishna display. He prays to Krishna, "O Lord, I previously was unable to attempt..."
I'm going to have to do it again because technology, I touched the wrong thing. Here we go. We'll go there. One screen or double split screen? Is it what split screen?
Lord Brahma attempts to express the ramifications of the opulence that he has seen Krishna display. He prays to Krishna, "O Lord, I previously was unable to either understand or see you due to the coverings of your own Maya, your illusory energy. But you are the controller of that Maya, and that was proved by Mother Yashoda's seeing the universe within your abdomen. Now, at the present, that universe is externally manifest as your inconceivable energy, and it is therefore all that I perceive. Today, by your manifesting all the cows, cowherd boys, and Vishnu forms who are being worshipped by all living entities, you've demonstrated that the entire creation is your inconceivable potency. And now, I'm seeing before me the original form of the unlimited, supreme, absolute truth. To the ignorant, you seem to be of this material world, although it is you who appears as Brahma, the creator, who appears as Vishnu, the maintainer, and as Shiva, the destroyer. To demonstrate that you, the absolute truth, is an unlimited transcendental person, you descend within the universe as avatars, and you take birth among the demigods, sages, humans, animals, and the aquatics. As an avatar, you then, by your spiritual potency, perform your innumerable, inconceivable, mysterious pastimes. Due to you, this entire universe, which, like a dream, is by nature unreal, nevertheless appears real. And thus, it covers one's consciousness and assails one with repeated miseries. This universe appears real because it is manifested by the potency of illusion emanating from you, whose unlimited transcendental forms are full of eternal happiness and knowledge. You are the one Supreme Soul, the primeval Supreme Personality, the absolute truth, self-manifesting, endless and beginningless. You are eternal and infallible, perfect and complete, without any rival, and free from all material designations. Your happiness cannot be obstructed, nor have you any connection with material contamination. Indeed, you are the indestructible nectar of immortality. By the grace of his spiritual master, a jnani can mix bhakti with his jnana. He will then be able to see you as the soul of all souls. He will be able to see you as the super soul of his own self. This vision will allow him to cross the ocean of material existence For one who has thus realized you, the illusory energy at once subsides, for he is free of the false vision of perceiving anything as separate from you. Seeing you with this vision of knowledge and remaining in knowledge of you, devoid of the false perceptions that are the cause of the existence of the material world, his ignorance and illusion cease. Therefore, through knowledge of you and knowledge of himself as your eternal servant, neither liberation nor bondage have meaning for him, just as day and night have no meaning for one present on the sun planet. How foolish are the Jnanis! How foolish are the Mayavadis! They are fools because they consider your form as a manifestation of illusion. How foolish are the conditioned souls! Regardless of how intelligent they think themselves as being, they all perceive themselves as their bodies, and they thus fail to see their self as part of you. They're all fools because they reject you, and in so doing, they search for the Supreme Soul outside of your Supreme Personality. How foolish are all of these so-called learned men. O unlimited Lord, the saintly devotees who have added bhakti to their jnana seek you out within their own bodies by rejecting everything separate from you. Indeed, how can discriminating persons appreciate the real nature of a robe lying before them until they refute the illusion that it is a snake? My Lord, if one is favored by even a slight trace of the mercy of your lotus feet, he can understand the greatness of your personality. But those who speculate to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead are unable to know you, even though they continue to study the Vedas for many years.
A little summary of Brahma's prayers. See if there's some discussion. It's just a sweet ending, maybe a little abrupt, but gives a nice little portrayal of what is the essence of these prayers of Brahma. So he has this, he's the most intelligent person, and he's been given a darshan, a vision of the unlimitedness of everything emanating from Krishna, and then that's very, very source. And that's Brahma's teaching and his prayers. Any comments or discussion?
This question is from Sri Radhika. Of the many diverse aspects of Lord Krishna's personality, I found it interesting that the three-point argument that Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explains, that Lord Brahma gives, as to why Krishna is the original Narayana, or are are all invoking relational or compassionate aspects of Krishna. That he's the refuge, the shelter, and the overseer of the wanderings of the living entities.
Yeah.
Is he invoking these three specific aspects because he's wanting to be restored back into a loving relationship?
Yes. It's both. So my understanding of this question is, what's the purpose for selecting these features of Krishna? One is edification, and the other is having obstructions in his relationship being kindly removed. Both. He's a teacher, he's the head of a sampradaya, he's the head of our sampradaya. So, and any member of our sampradaya, they're very naturally concerned about suffering, unnecessary suffering, and he wants to see that the unnecessary suffering is mitigated. And knowledge of the absolute truth through the medium of devotion is the way that suffering is mitigated. And the real happiness of living entity is restored. So he wants that, and also wants this other. He doesn't want a lingering obstacle or obstruction in his relationship with Krishna. So both. Anyone else? You're all very contented. Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. So, after Lord Brahma offered his prayers,
It's a little softer.
he sought the permission to return to his own abode, and he received it. So it seems to me that there was no apparent punishment or sinful reaction as a result of this offense, and instead Lord Krishna blessed him with a deeper transcendental knowledge and understanding about about the Lord himself. So just want to check if this understanding is correct.
The sound system isn't the greatest, but what I understood your question to be is, because of his prayers, is he no longer having some obstruction in his relationship with Krishna? The answer is yes. He's squeaky clean. Within his prayers, he makes a confession, and the confession is pride. I was thinking, as persons that have a lot of intelligence are proud of their intelligence. Proud of that they have a lot of learning. They're proud of their vast learning. So he was a little, and so forth. He is a powerful person. He can create a universe, not just a Tesla or a spaceship or something, but a universe. So he's powerful, and he was proud, as if a separate god, or a competitor god, or something along those lines. So there was some pride, and now it's gone. So your question is the obstruction taken? Yes. Wow. Wow. Okay. I'm marveling at the animated features of some of these children. Okay. That's it? Anyone else? Okay. Premananda? Oh, you have something. Okay.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Haribo.
So sometimes we hear that this material world is real but temporary, and sometimes we hear it is false. So what is it? What is the truth actually?
So, which is it, A or B? That's your question. Is it temporary or is it false? It's not false. A Mayavadi would say false. It just doesn't exist. It's false. And there's only one thing that does exist. This is if one is a Mayavadi, they will say Brahman Satya, Jagat Mithya. It's false. That's not what a Vaishnava says. It's temporary. It's not what Krishna says. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, false ego, these are my separated energies. They're not false. It's his energies. His energy is not false. Bhumi rapodalo vayu kamano buddhireva cha ahankara. 8. Bina prakriti ashtada. It's prakriti. It's not false. But it's now you see it, now you don't, prakriti. So it's temporary. Manifest in a temporary way, and then withdrawn after some time. So it's not false. And the whole cosmic manifestation, it's not false. It's temporary. Everything. There isn't something, the soul is eternal. The soul animates and moves matter, but the matter is temporary. Not false. It's a real energy, real potency, it's real existence in a certain category of existence. Bina prakriti ashtada. Separated energy. Okay. Where's our Premananda? You ready?
Hare Krishna Maharaj, on behalf of Naperville community, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude for your so many years of continued support and guidance to this community. We are all very, very grateful. And as I mentioned in the beginning, Maharaj has been here from Tuesday onwards, and he's going to be here till two more days. And again next week, there is going to be Festival of Holy Name. And for those of you who are just beginning to chant or want to understand more about the process of chanting of the Holy Name and the purpose behind it and how to do it, this is the great opportunity for you all to come and participate. We are very, very happy to invite all of you. The information is there on our website, plus there is our contact person is Amrita Keli Mataji, and you are going to project that information there.
Go ahead.
This is a very, very rare opportunity. Maharaj has been conducting Festival of Holy Name in Chicagoland so many years, and so many devotees are benefited by this. So if you have not done it yet, and even if you have done in the past, please come and participate. This information is there on our website also, and there is a link, right, there to register, right? Okay, all right. Today's Sunday feast is sponsored by Dr. Hemalata Meena. She is celebrating sister's birthday and seeking devotees' mercy and blessings. Hemalata is here, I saw her somewhere. Yeah, please save that.
Whose birthday?
And for
Whose birthday?
It's my sister.
Your
She's
sister.
in West Virginia.
Okay, okay.
thank you, Hemalata. Let us all chant the holy names of Krishna so that the family get the spiritual benefits. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. In the coming weeks, if anyone is interested in distributing Krishna Prasadam, please contact Abhay Prabhu. There are a couple more announcements. One is we are having Gita Camp, Children's Gita Camp, which has been going on for many years. It's happening very soon, and that information is also available at the lobby as well as on our website. I wanted to take a moment to express our deep gratitude to all our volunteers in this temple. There are hundreds of them, so we thank you all. And then there is one very important announcement that is regarding how many families are receiving? There are 3 families receiving Srimad Bhagavatam from Maharaj today. So Govinda Mohini Mataji will be bringing the books. Those families who is going to receive, please come forward. And then this again is a reminder, another opportunity for you to receive Krishna to your home. Srimad Bhagavatam sets are available. Maharaj is here. So if anyone else is interested in receiving Bhagavatam sets, please come forward. We will make the arrangements.
Different language.
Gujarati.
If anyone else is interested, please contact Govinda Mohini. Can you please show your hands? So, she's our book distributor. So that's all for today. Thank you all for being here. Prasadam is served downstairs. Thank you all. Hare Krishna.
Hare Hare. Huh? Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, 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 Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, hold on. Krishna, Krishna, Rachaman. Krishna, 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 Pahima. Rama, Raghava, Rama, Raghava, Rama, Raghava, Rachaman. Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava Paya. Nama Om Vishnu Paraya, Krishna Prithaya Bhutale. Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine. Bolo. Namaste Saraswati Deve. Sunyavadi Pasyatad Satadine. Bolo! Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Huh? So it can come. No, no, no. No, no, no. Hare Krishna. That's good. Hare Bol. Okay. What is going to make noise? Nothing. Hare. Okay. So let us have some nice kirtan. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo. You guys, what's wrong with you guys? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.